This evening's assassination attempt is, of course, raising a lot of questions about the impact of the RNC, many of them the biggest thing surrounding security.
12 News' Nick Board joining us now live from Heartland, where, Nick, you just spoke with someone closely tied to the security plans for the convention.
Well, Syria, Brian Doro was appointed by then President Donald Trump as a Deputy Assistant Secretary of Homeland Security. His current role, he's the founder of Secure Resources Unlimited. That's a private security firm based here in Heartland. They are assisting with security at the convention, from planning to liaison work to working with local law enforcement and federal law enforcement for security at the convention. Doro says one thing that will play a role in determining whether this shooter acted alone. That's a big part of the investigation, he says, from his experience. Or were they part of a larger plot that could still be looking to make their next move? That's certainly something that's on the mind of all the security here at the RNC, with the former president expected here in the next couple of days. I asked how that might change security plans. What has this afternoon into evening been like for you, as far as just the stress level or the alertness level that has to be amped up even further right on the eve of this convention?
Well, you mentioned the next stop is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and certainly we want to make sure, that everyone has that peace of mind. There's a sense of urgency, there's a peace of mind that they're going to be safe here. And obviously the president is going to be safe, but now we have to certainly take in consideration even looking at everyone, of course, and you just never know, because now we haven't seen something like this in 43 years, assassination attempt on a president. This is significant, this is historic, but now it's time to really drill down, right now, overnight into the morning, to see, is there any tweaking that needs to take place? Is there any intel sharing that needs to take place? Is there any target hardening that needs to take place? Looking at perhaps other vulnerabilities. That certainly, everything we've looked at now is target hardened. But there may be other intel that comes forward that certainly, you always have to pivot. But there may be intel that comes forward where now you're like, okay, maybe you look at other parts of the community. The area around the RNC is safe. It is secure. But again, based on more information coming forward, you have to be always willing to pivot and then move in a different direction. And that's certainly what will take place.
Nick, guns are now allowed inside the hard security perimeter of the convention, but despite the objection of some aldermen, they are allowed in the so-called soft security perimeter. Did Jennifer Doro say whether that might change in light of what's happened today?
Well, he did say that anything really is on the table right now. He said that'll be brought up first thing in the morning. But Brian Doro telling us that really anything should be considered at this point, just because they want to make sure this can be as safe as possible. And it will certainly be something discussed first thing in the morning.